Hi, I am Uday Kandpal and I welcome you all to yet another lecture on NCERT Class 7 History Chapter 7 with fact elaboration by Uday Kandpal. Tribes, nomads and settled communities. So let's start. Tribal societies. Many societies in the subcontinent did not follow the social rules and rituals prescribed by the Brahmanas, nor they were divided into numerous unequal classes. Such societies are called often as tribes. Member of each tribe was united by kinship bonds. Many tribes obtained their livelihood from agriculture, others were hunter-gatherers or traders or herders. A tribal group controlled land and pastures jointly and divided these among the households according to its own rules. Many large tribes thrived in the different parts of the subcontinent. They usually lived in the forest, hills, deserts, places difficult to reach. Sometimes they clashed with the more powerful caste system societies. In various ways, the tribes retained their freedom and preserved their separate culture. But the caste-based and tribal societies also depended on each other for their diverse needs. The relationship of conflicts and dependence gradually caused both societies to change. Tribal people were found in almost every region of the continent. The area and influence of the tribe varied at different points of time. Some were very powerful tribes and controlled large territories in Punjab. The Khokha tribe was very influential among the 13th and the 14th centuries. Later, the Khakkars became more important. Their chief Kamal Khan Ghakkar was made a noble Mansabdar by the Emperor Akbar. In Multan and Sindh, the Laghans and the Arguns dominated the extensive regions before they were subdued by the Mughals. The Balochis were another large and powerful tribe in the northwest. They were divided into many smaller clans under different chiefs. In many areas of the present-day Bihar and Jharkhand, the Chedo kingdom chiefdoms had merged by the 12th century. Raja Man Singh, Akbar's famous general, attacked and defeated the Cheros in 1591. A large amount of booty was taken from them, but they were not entirely subdued. Under Aurangzeb, Mughal forces captured many Chero fortresses and subjugated the tribe. The Mundas and the Santals were among the most important tribes that lived in the regions and also in the Orissa and Bengal. The Maharashtra highlands and the Karnataka were home to the Kolis, the Berards, and the numerous others. Kolis also lived in the many areas of Gujarat. Further south, there were large tribal populations of the Koraks, the Vetars, the Marawars, and the many others. The last tribe of the Bhils was spread across the western and the central India. By the late 16th century, many of them had become settled agriculturists and even zamindars. Many Bhil clans nevertheless remained hunter-gatherers. The Gonds were found in the great numbers across the present-day states of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Andhra Pradesh. How the nomads and the mobile people lived. Nomadic pastoralists moved on the long distances with their animals. They lived on milk and other pastoral products. They also exchanged wool, ghee, etc. with settled agricultures for grain, cloth, utensils, and other products. They also bought and sold these goods as they moved from one place to other, transporting them on the animals. The Banjaras were the most important traders. Nomads the caravan had called Tanda. Sultan Alauddin Khalji used the Banjaras to transport grain to the city markets. Emperor Jahangir wrote in his memoirs that the Banjaras carried the grain on their bullocks from different areas and sold it in towns. They transported the food grains for the Mughal army during the military campaigns. With a large army, there could be 1 lakh bullocks carrying grain. Many pastoral tribes reared and sold animals such as cattle and horses to the prosperous people. Different castes of petty paddlers also traveled from the villages to villages, and they made and sold wares such as ropes, reeds, straws, matting and coarse sacks. Sometimes Americans acted as wandering merchants. Among the Kshatriyas, new Rajput clans became powerful by 11th and the 12th century. They belonged to different lineages such as Hunas, the Chandelas, the Chalukyas, and others. Some of the two had been tribes earlier. The rise of the Rajput also to the position of rulers set an example for the tribal people to follow. Gradually, with the support of Brahmanas, many tribes became a part of the caste system, but the only leading tribal families could join the ruling class. A large majority joined the lower jatis of the caste society. On the other hand, many dominant tribes of Punjab, Sindh, and the northwest frontier had adopted Islam quite early. They continued to reject the caste system. The unequal social order prescribed by Orthodox Hinduism was not widely accepted in these areas. The emergence of states is closely related to the social change among the tribal people. So we will talk first about the Gonds or the Gondi people. The Gond or the Koitur are the Indian ethnic people group. They speak the Gondi language. They are one of the largest tribal groups in India. They are spread over the states of Madhya Pradesh, Eastern Maharashtra, Vidarbha, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, and Orissa. They are listed as scheduled tribe for the purpose of India's system of positive discrimination. They are Adivasi group, indigenous people of India. The Gond are also known as the Rajgond. The term was widely used in 1950, but now become almost obsolete, probably because the political eclipse of the Gond Rajas. The Gondi language is closely related to Telugu. The 2011 census of the India recorded about 2.98 million Gondi speakers concentrated in the southwestern Madhya Pradesh, eastern Maharashtra and southern Chhattisgarh and northern Telangana. Most Gonds, however, speak the broader languages of the region they live in. The first kingdom of the Gonds was that of the Chanda, found in the 1200. Next was the kingdom of the Ghar Mandal, whose founder, the Jadurai, deposed the previous Kalchuri rulers in the earlier 14th century. Afterward, the kingdom of Kher and Deoghar were founded. Mandal is particularly well known for the warrior queen Rani Durgavati, who fought against Akbar until her death in 1564. The kingdom of Chand developed extensive irrigation and the first defined revenue system of the Gond kingdoms. These kingdoms were briefly conquered by the Mughals, but eventually were deposed, and the Gond Rajas were simply under the Mughal hegemony. The Maratha power swept into the Gondwana in the 1740. The Maratha overthrew the Gond Raja's princes and seized most of the territory, while the Gond Zamindars state survived until the advent of Indian independence. They practiced shifting cultivation. The tribe was further divided into many smaller clans. The kingdoms was divided into Ghars, Gad. These were further divided into a group of 84 villages called as Chorasi. Now we'll talk about the Ahoms. The Ahom or the Tai Ahom is an ethnic group of Indian states of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. They are admixed descendants of Tai people who reached the Brahmaputra Valley of Assam in 1228 and local indigenous people who joined them over the course of history. Sukhappa, the leader of the Tai group, and his 9,000 followers established the Ahom kingdom, which controlled much of the Brahmaputra Valley in the modern Assam until 1826. Ahom people are mostly found in the upper Assam in the districts of the Golghat, Jorhat, Sibsagar, Dibrugarh and Tinshukia south of the Brahmaputra river, and the Lakhimpur, Sonitpur and Demji north. There is a significant presence in the Karbi Anglong and the Lohit district of the Arunachal Pradesh. The Tai people came into the prominence first in the Guangxi region, from where they moved to the mainland Southeast Asia in the middle of the 11th century after a long and the fierce battle with the Chinese. The Tai homes were traced into the Mongo Mao of South China and the Hukuang Valley in Myanmar. The Sukhappa, a Tai prince of the Mong Mao, and the band of followers reached Assam in 1228 with an intention of settling there. They came with a higher technology of wet rice cultivation than extent of a tradition of writing, record keeping, and the state information. They settled in the region south of Brahmaputra River and to the east of the Dikho River. The Ahom today are found concentrated in the region. Sukhappa, the leader of the Tai group, and the 9,000 followers established the Ahom kingdom 1228 to 1826, which controlled much of the Brahmaputra Valley until the 1826. They were also called conspicuous of the numerical minority. As a result, the Ahom polity initially absorbed the Naga, Borahi, and the Moran, and the later larger sections of the Chutia and the Timas and the Kashri people. The process of the Ahmadization went for the mid 16th century, when the Ahom society itself came under the direct Hindu influence. In the 16th and the 17th centuries, a small Ahom community expanded their rule dramatically towards the west, and they successfully saw off the challenges from Mughals and other invaders, gaining them recognition in the world history. Ahom stayed dependent on forced laborers. Those followed to the work for the state are called as pikes. Ahom cities were divided into clans or khels. Even though the Ahom made a relatively small portion of the kingdom's population, they maintained their original Ahom language and practiced the traditional religion. In the 17th century, when the Ahom court as well as the commoners adopted the Assamese language and the Eksharan Dharam and the Shaktism religions. Ahom people were literally well developed. They had their own developing writing system, which the Tai Kadai script is known as the Ahom script, which is now in disuse. The Ahom script was evolved from the Tai Nua, which was looked similar till it modified under the present Chinese government. They had various manuscripts on societies, rituals. Ahom people used to write their chroniclers such as Buranzi. The priestly classes, the Mosa Mohang and Nuplong, are the custodians of the manuscripts. Then we talk about the Banjaras. Banjaras or the Gaur, Nayak, Lambadi and Banjara are a historical nomadic trading tribe who may have origin in the Mewar region of what is now known as Rajasthan. They are found throughout northwestern, western and southern India. The Banjaras usually refer to themselves as Gaur and the outsiders as Gaur, but this usage does not extend outside the community. A related usage is a Gormati or Gormati, meaning the cattle grazers or the own people. Motiraj Rathod believes that the community became known as Banjara from these 14th century CE, and but previously had some associations with the Laman, who claim 3,000-year history. The origin of Banjaras had been a much debated topic. One opinion is that they originated from what we now know is the state of Rajasthan, which other suggests that their origin lies in Afghanistan, where there is both a province and a village called Gaur. Banjaras were historically pastoralists, traders and transporters of goods in inland regions in India, for which they used the boats, cats and camels, oxen and donkeys, and sometimes a relative scarce horse. The mode of transport depended upon the terrain. For example, the camels and the donkeys were better suited for high highlands which the carts could not negotiate, while the oxen were able to progress better than through the wet lowland areas. Banjaras speak Gorbol, called Lombardy. It belongs to the Indo-Aryan group languages. As Lombardy has no script, it is either Devanagari script or in the script of the local languages such as Telugu or Kannada. Now, next we will talk about the Bhils or the Bhils, an ethnic group in the West India. They speak the Bhil languages. As of 2013, Bhils were the largest tribal group in India. Bhils are listed as indigenous people of the states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan, all in the Western Deccan regions and the Central India, as well as in Tripura in the far eastern India on the border with Bangladesh. Bhils are divided into a number of endogamous territorial divisions, which in turn have a number of clans and lineages. Most Bhils now speak the language of the region they reside in, such as Marathi, Gujarati, or Hindustani dialect. The Bhil are divided into a number of endogamous territorial divisions, which in turn have a number of clans and lineages. In Rajasthan, they exist such as Meena Bhil, Garcia, Dholi Bhil, Dungri Garcia, Bewasi Bhil, Rawal Bhil, Tadvi Bhil, Bhagalia Bhil, Bhila, Pavra, Vasawa, and Vasave. The language commonly spoken by the Bhils throughout this geographical distribution is Bhili. Bhili had about 36 identified dialects and pronunciation differed by region. So hope you liked my lecture. Hope you learned a lot for the competitive exams. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.